Hey everybody, well it's a leg workout and it is time now to stretch before we go. What I am doing here is basically a hip flexor and quadricep stretch just to get things warmed up. So you're putting your hands forward and moving your hips forward. Then you move to the side, again pushing the hips forward so you're maintaining a good stretch on that leg. Alright, put the leg down. Now let's open the chest. And then start working on making sure that the back is nice and limber. So one more time, up, open up the chest, and down. All right, now let's switch legs. I will be posting this all as far as what I am doing in some verbiage with this, but I at least wanted you to see what you need to do to at least get parts of the legs ready to go and warmed up for the workout. So again, we are doing this on the other side. Same thing, pushing that hip forward so that you get the maximum strength stretch in your hip flexor and in your quadricep. Again, open up the chest and down. Open and down. Open and down. Now, put both hands on the floor and get into a plank. Bring one leg up, there's my right, and open up, hand down. Put the leg back, bring the left leg up, open up. That's right, Tammy, you can smile. Other leg, and we'll do this for a total of 3 times on each side. And it really feels good. It really opens up that leg adductor and the interior part of the thigh. 2 more. And last one. Now for the enjoyable part. Let's go into a child's pose. And then we're ready to start. So grab your weights and let's start going. Well, the first thing we're going to do is a jumping lunge. Take this at your pace. This is a hard move and it's not easy when you've got a dog behind you that literally could trip you up at any time. But that's important. The next is what everybody knows how to do, the squat. Use the weight that you think works best for you. Don't be afraid of the weights. Go as heavy as you can with good form. I'll give you the number of reps that you'll be doing next. And as far as good form is concerned, make sure your back is straight. Do not round the back. The backside can be pushed out, your butt can be pushed out, but make sure that your knees do not go over your toes. That is bad form and can result in injuries. Now, reverse lunge. You will do all the reps on one side and just take this slowly. You are using your front leg to pull yourself up as much as possible and not relying on that back leg to push you off for additional momentum. This is actually one of my favorite workouts and moves in the workout, so that's a reverse lunge. Now the side lunge. The important thing for this one is to make sure that that leg that is not in a lunging position is straight and you are pushing off with that leg to ensure that you've got it, that you're giving it appropriate weight bearing. And again, to the side, make sure your back is straight. Do not round it. You could actually get back pain from that. Do what you can to make sure that your knee does not go over the toe and use the weight you want. Time for a little bit of a break. Calf raises. I love calf raises and they're pretty easy and you can heavy up pretty much on these. But I'm taking this and doing it from 3 angles. So first off is just a straight. Then the one is where you have your feet pointed out, which is using a different head of the gastrocnemius. That one's actually pretty easy. This one, when you're pigeon-toed, is not easy. And sometimes I find it hard to maintain that foot placement or to maintain necessarily being stable. But it is a great way to work your calves, and don't be afraid to heavy up on that one. Next one, front lunge. Again on this one, proper form is paramount. Make sure that you are not hunching over and that your knee does not go over your toe. Take your time on this one, but what you're trying to do is really use that front leg to provide the power to push you off. Again, you will be repeating all the reps on one leg, not doing alternates, but you are repeating all the reps on one leg just to make sure that you've got it done appropriately. But it's a great move. One more. You can smile to me. All right, the last one. The pistol squat. This is tough because you're only using one leg. You can see how mine is wobbling, and you're using your core as well. So you can kind of see how that's working, and you try to maintain as much balance as you can. Now you might have to put your foot down from time to time, but here's it from the side so you can kind of see it. You can go lower. Generally, I find that I go lower as I get more into the exercise. This is a super tough exercise, but it works phenomenally well in making sure that your legs get nice and toned. So with that, now it is time for a cool down. So let's start with stretching out the hamstrings. So just bend one leg and push the other one forward. Do not put pressure on the knee of the extended leg. You could hurt it, so don't do that. Next thing you're going to do is a quadricep stretch. Okay, get your balance. All right, so you just basically bring that leg up and smile and make sure that that quadricep is beautifully and deliciously stretched. Now the other side. There you go. Again, that's a wonderful stretch, and it just feels good after a workout like this. Now, you're going to get into a sumo squat type position and rock back and forth to get the leg adductor stretched out, because it'll feel good. Now one more hamstring. And I do a lot of hamstring work. Bend your knees and straighten, bend and straighten. I do a lot of hamstring work because my hamstrings are tight. And with that, you have a